everybody, this is Todd from Atlas Gunworks. Today we're going to show you the steps to install a X-line varial trigger into an STI plastic grip. So the main thing we want to do today is see where we need to remove material from the grip to make the trigger slide in free. Right now we got a little bit of bind. The most common place to remove is from the top of the trigger slot, right up here. That's usually where the triggers tend to be a little taller than the stock triggers. So we'll take a little bit off of there, and we'll see how it fits. All right, I did a little filing off camera because you don't want to see me file for 5 minutes. So I ended up taking material off the top here. As I said, a little bit in the corners just for clearance, just so the trigger won't hang up in here. And then sometimes the bow itself may be a little wide for the grip, a little squeeze up front here to get the trigger to drop in and float nice and free. As long as it stays in there. Nice and free. That's what we're looking for. So it didn't take a whole lot of time. 5 minutes with a file. Top of the trigger slot. Clean up the sides. Any little plastic slag that might be there. Check your bow width. What I like to do too is I'll unscrew the shoe. Put just the bow in, so I know that either my bow is not hitting, or I'll put the shoe in and make sure the shoe itself is free with no bind. Another thing that we do, sometimes we get phone calls saying, hey, the trigger hits the magazine when it's in the grip and it won't drop the magazine free. So on the top of the trigger, right about, let's see if you can see this, right in this area, right between the two adjusting tabs, we put like a 45-degree angle right there. Okay, there's already, let's see if I can zoom in here a little bit. I've already started to put one. I'll put a little bit bigger on there, and that'll give us just the clearance we need so that it will not hit the front of the magazine. So I'll just take a file, put a little more on there. See, a little bit bigger. I don't go down into the weld. It's just a little 45 to keep it underneath or between the tabs. Okay, so we'll put our shoe back on. Little blue Loctite in there, just so it doesn't get so floppy when it actually dries. We'll put our trigger in. Throw a mag catch in there. And check, see what we got. You got a little sticky on me. So we'll pop that mag catch out and see why. My over travel screw is a little far out. We'll just bring that in a touch, and we'll get it all adjusted after. I got a little dirt in there. Try that again. Okay, there's our trigger. throw a mag in there. You pull the trigger all the way back and hit the mag release. Okay, right now we're hitting, but we haven't adjusted our over travel screw. Remember, I had backed it out. You won't adjust that until the gun's actually all together, so that you can actually fire the gun, or at least let the hammer fall. Squeeze the trigger back, hit the mag release button, it drops free. So now you can assemble, put all your parts back in, test for function. You can adjust your over travel screw as necessary. One other thing I want to touch on is sometimes we get emails and phone calls saying, hey, my tool adjustment screws, I can't turn the top one. Well, let me show you why. The top screw is the stud that's welded to the bow. It's not an adjustment. The adjustment is you take the whole bow out and you turn your shoe. Every turn gets you about 24 thousandths of an inch. Every turn. We bring it down to there's about 3 threads showing from the bottom. And then you just put it in. You can look. If there's a gap, well, take another turn. Reassemble. Check. If that's where you like it, you can leave it there, or you can say, oh, I'm going to take another turn. Sometimes that over travel screw hits the bow. Bring it to get by. Reassemble. No gap. Trigger still moves. Pretty short, but go ahead and assemble your gun, adjust your over travel screw till your gun fires.